Hello everybody, welcome to That's Football. Football is back and there's a lot to be excited about with the Premier League kicking off tomorrow. But I want to talk about the problems of football. Get in the comments, what are you looking forward to? What do you think the big problems are going to be in football in the coming weeks and months? VAR surely will feature. But where I want to start off with is something that I think as football fans, we really need to discuss. I'm talking about Chelsea moving Conor Gallagher on, but I'm also talking about the bigger picture here. This is not what football's all about. This would not happen at Manchester United, Liverpool. I don't think it would happen at Arsenal. So why is it happening at Chelsea? Why is it creeping into football? Why are football fans sitting back in silence and swallowing the corporation of football, the monopoly mercenary of football, the money of football? It's wrong. And even as a Manchester United fan, I can sit and look at what Chelsea are doing and go, it's a bloody disgrace. I know a lot of Chelsea fans who aren't happy about it, but it will sneak into football more and more because whether you like what Chelsea do or you don't, they actually are the club that seems to do a lot of transfer business because they are very active at finding ways to make PSR and FFP work for them, even if it's completely against what football's always been about. Conor Gallagher was one of Chelsea's best players last season. With Cole Palmer, I think Conor Gallagher was a close second as their player of the season. He has been at Chelsea since he was a kid. He is the sort of player that at Stamford Bridge, you should be watching and going, he's one of our own, and chanting it and excited about it. Much the same as Liverpool will do it with their younger players coming through, and we do it at United with the likes of Mainu and hopefully Collier this year, and there's been plenty before, the Beckhams, the Scholes, etc. Conor Gallagher has been treated like absolute shit. Was talking about this sort of briefly on the Football Filling with Ben Foster yesterday, but sort of started losing my shit about it and thought, you know what, there's a video in itself. Football is in the bloody mud here. What are the Premier League doing about this? Chelsea are free to do what they want. What are Chelsea fans doing about this? Is success so hollow that you will allow these sort of things to happen at your football club? Because I'd hate it to be happening to a Kobe Mainu, and I'm sure Liverpool would hate it to be happening to a Kwanzaa or another young player coming through. What you're effectively doing at Chelsea, if anybody hasn't figured this out, and this is the way things are going, and this is how the rules are being manipulated. Chelsea have basically said to Conor Gallagher, you're not training with the first team, you're up for sale. We don't care whether you've been here longer than everybody else. We don't care whether you've been here since you were a kid. We don't care how integrated you are to this team with your family and friends. Get out of our club, go to Atletico Madrid because we need your money so we can buy some other bag of shit and put him on a 10-year contract. That's effectively what they are doing. And Chelsea fans, by allowing it, are basically going, we're fine with that. And what you end up with is a ridiculous situation where football is in the mud because everything that we hold true, fan favourites, promotion of youth, the John Terrys, the Steven Gerrards, the Paul Scholes of the past, get taken place by mercenaries. So effectively, Chelsea need to raise money this summer so they can buy more players. Who are we going to get rid of? Should we get rid of Mudryk, who's a waste of money on a massive long contract? No, we can't do that. He's got a contract till 2031. Should we get rid of Badashil, who might not be that good either? No, he's got a contract till 2030. He's locked in on the PSR and the viability of that. Let's get rid of Conor Gallagher. Yeah, he's a Chelsea fan favourite. He's been here since he's a kid, but he's pure profit. Let's get rid of Chalobah. He had a good season. He's from the youth team as well. Let's raise 60 million off Chalobah and Gallagher so we can buy another load of shite and put him on an 11-year contract as well. I mean, it's a joke. It's a joke. And I'm not one here to sit back and go, I hope this blows up in Chelsea's face, because that's not very nice and it's not very fair on Chelsea fans. But it could be coming to a club near you. How is it right? And we've seen a lot of it this summer. How is it right that young players who probably get what the club's all about and are actually in this world of mercenary footballers and money and, you know, that how out of touch football is with the fans, we're actually removing the thing that actually sometimes we feel we have an attachment to, the player that's been at the club for years and knows what the club's all about. Absolutely disgusting. I know why Chelsea are doing it. They're doing it for money. But I'm telling you what, when you go into next season, and let's pretend Chelsea ain't doing that well at Christmas, and you look at that team, are you going to want Conor Gallagher running around on the park? Or are you going to want Mudryk on his contract till 2031? Or Badashil on his contract till 2030? Basically, what is happening here is that Chelsea are selling Conor Gallagher, someone who's a good player, who will give his all for the shirt. They're selling him and they're keeping players who are basically on massive contracts, who've not done anything in a Chelsea shirt, who are set for life. It's weird. It's a weird mentality, and as a fan of football, I would hate it. I would hate it to be happening at Manchester United. So, look, get your comments in. That's my big rant about where football is and something that's concerned me over the summer. Moving it on, it's Topical Thursday. Look, what am I worried about? I'm very excited about the Premier League season. We've got a rich tapestry of watch-alongs this weekend, by the way. I'll be on United Stand tomorrow night for Friday Night Football. We've got Ipswich-Liverpool watch-along Saturday. I'm doing Arsenal-Wolves at 3 o'clock, and then we've got a cracker with West Ham Villa at 5:30. So it's a triple header of watch-alongs on Saturday. Wall-to-wall, can't wait. And then Chelsea against Man City on Sunday, and Spurs-Leicester on Monday. So we're ready to go with the start of this Premier League season. But I would say my big concern is VAR. I personally don't think we're going to see it. I hope to be wrong, and if I am, I'll say it. I will say it. But we saw Anthony Taylor and Michael Oliver in the Euros. They were as bad as they were in the Premier League. It's an arrogant organisation. It's still going to be Howard Webb and Michael Owen talking nonsense. We're still going to get the inconsistencies. We're still going to get VAR who are not separate to the referees. I've said this before and I'll say it again. We need a VAR room that is not related to the referees on the pitch. We need complete and utter detachment where there's no mates rates, nothing. One job. You don't interact. You make your decision on the pitch. We'll take it from there off the pitch. No, let's protect them. And I haven't seen anything over the summer that makes me think, or any hint over the summer, that there's going to be any change to the issues last year. I still think we're going to have victims and lots of them. I still think we're going to get huge errors. I guarantee we'll get some at the weekend. The only positive is that we've got the offside thing coming up after the international break, which will be quicker. That's the only thing I think will improve. I really am concerned about VAR. I've seen nothing in the news about it. I've seen nothing from the Referees Association about it. I just don't think... I think a lot of fans are just thinking, hopefully this season will be better. And I really don't think there's any evidence to suggest it. I really don't. Get your comments in about things that might be concerning you. A final thing I would say is that I've just been... Obviously, I did my Premier League predictions at the start of the week. And my top four is... Man City, Arsenal, Liverpool, and Man United. But it's amazing. Just seeing clips and seeing predictions from everybody, and it seems to me that Man United are going to struggle, Liverpool are going to struggle, Chelsea are going to struggle, Man City are going to struggle, Spurs are going to struggle. I don't know who's not going to struggle. Villa are going to struggle. Like everyone's saying everyone's going to struggle. And obviously that's not going to be the case. I just hope it's going to be a really entertaining Premier League season. But I think the one where I've seen a lot of people say they'll struggle is Liverpool. I really don't think that's going to happen. Manchester United, look, I ain't going to sit here and say we're not going to struggle because it's my team and I don't want to jinx it. But I think we will have a better season. One thing that's just getting missed completely, as if it's not like a major issue in football, is injuries. I don't think the injuries are going to stop either. One of the things that I think is not been spoken about enough, and we'll monitor it this Premier League weekend, is that the Premier League directly contributed to the mass outbreak of injuries last season. Before Christmas, we'd had a 20% increase in injuries compared to the year before. That was because they decided to add 5 minutes at the end of every first half and 10 minutes at the end of every second half. Basically 15 minutes to every game. So are they going to keep doing that? They don't do it on the continent. We saw it in the Euros. We see it in the Champions League. It's 1 or 2 minutes at the end of the first half and it's 5 or 6 at the end of the second half. We're doing more than double that. I'm watching that this weekend and seeing, because if they go down the road that they have been last year, then we will have a mass outbreak of injuries again. And I think that's another thing I would be concerned about as well. Anyway, get your comments in below. Lots to get your teeth into on that. Make sure you smash a like and subscribe. And yeah, we're good to go. Fantasy Premier League, Super 6, it's all there. Get ready. I'll drop the links in the description. Let's do it. Get your comments in. I'm interested to see what you're looking forward to and what you're concerned about and what your thoughts are on that Chelsea situation and coming to a club near you. Take care, everyone. Speak to you in a bit.